Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. Guys, this is going to be the strangest episode you've ever seen. And I mean that literally. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because you're going to get 2 episodes jammed into one. I know it sounds weird, right? But you are literally going to get 2 episodes jammed into one. You're going to notice my clothes are going to change. You're going to notice the set is going to change. Well, there's a reason for that. This video, as you probably can tell by the title, is about the Umarex TC68, which, by the way, is still not a firearm. However, during testing on this, I was having some issues with cycling on the magazine that was with this. Now, admittedly, guys, this is one of 5 of these that were in the country. These have been gone to law enforcement, to department. They've been getting beat to snot. So I had kind of chalked it up to the fact that the magazine was actually just worn out. And you're going to see that in the video, and we'll talk about it a little at the end of it. But you see how that stuck down? And I'll show Stumpy this too. See, I'm just messing around with it. See how that just kind of stuck down there? Well, this magazine, what it was doing is it'd have a problem when it'd feed down about halfway, it would just jam. So you'd fire 1 or 2 rounds, then it would just quit firing. So I contacted Umarex and they sent me a brand spanking new magazine. And I mean, this is springy and very, very tight, and this ought to be perfect. So I've got all our firing tests, all our velocity and all that done on the other video, which you will also see. But then I'm going to add at the end of that video, 1 more set of firing with this one, because I got to show you guys something that is absolutely wicked. Yeah, so, all right, before we do it, and before you go into the second jam together video, which I already told you about, I got a couple of packages. I want to show you this. You guys know that Luke, by the way, he is standing over here. He's kind of messing around in the foreground here. Correct. You know that Luke has been doing a lot of videos for AimWin. Those are the guys that actually, Luke, you don't know about this, by the way. Those are the guys that put out that really cool, the optics for different launchers and firearms and whatever. They're just cool optics. What I didn't know is we were going to get a little something from them, a gift. Guys, we didn't solicit a gift. We didn't solicit AimWin. AimWin came to us. They asked us if we wanted to show people, and we did. So that's all we gained from it. But I want to show you guys this, and there's a reason I want to show you. So I got this in, I'm like, what did AimWin send us that's so thin, right? Check it out. Kind of cute, right? All right, Luke's standing over going, what is this? You see? Yeah, he don't even know what this is. All right, so I open this thing up and I'm like, whoa, what in the world is that? Yeah, you gotta see his face. Yeah, who knew what this was, right? So then I got to looking a little bit closer at this, all right? This is one of those credit card knives. Now guys, there's something weird about this. I was looking at it, I didn't take it out of the package, but it is incredibly light. Luke, I'm gonna let you do the honors. Check this out, guys. It's like an actual knife, guys. All right, Luke, fold it. Show us how it's done. Get up on camera here, fold it, and show us how it's done. I've never done this before. I know you've never done this, neither have I.
It seems relatively...
And this is a gift.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Hold on. So, does this go back first?
Yeah. Is it looking
correct?
Is it looking? It does. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
And it snaps in?
Yeah, it snaps in right there.
Check that out, guys.
Oh, that's incredible. Look at that. Yeah.
Look at that. We didn't, now look, I ain't promising you're getting one of these, guys, because we didn't solicit it. It just showed up on our doorstep. And now, when you fold it back down into a card?
Yes. Yeah, and there's a thing that locks in.
To lock it into place?
See?
Oh yeah, it locks the blade into place.
Yep, locks the blade into place.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat, guys. I wanted to show you that because, you know, it's just something nice they did. Now,
I'm keeping this.
Of course you are. Now, there is something else that they did. If you look in this, guys, that I wanted you to know about. I don't know if this was meant for us or you guys, but if you buy their stuff, and I don't care if you do or not, if you do, you do. I got links on all that stuff, so if you use those links, they are affiliate links, so we get a little bit, teeny bitty cut. But look at this. There are discount codes on that envelope. There's a discount code down here for 10% off, or 20% off, and I have no idea what that discount code is. You guys go find out for me. Yeah. So, congratulations, you got a discount, and all you had to do is be here. I thought you might like that. Look, he's still over there playing with that knife, guys. You gotta love it. Now, this box came in from a viewer, guys. If you are in any of the forums online, and I mean in any of the Facebook groups or any of that kind of stuff, you've probably heard the name William. He's been in a lot of these different forums. He actually had sent us out a couple of the 88-gram stocks that he 3D printed, and they're sitting around here somewhere, and I have no idea where they are. Oh, there they are. Yeah, check this out. He actually had sent us a couple of these things. He's a tinkerer, kind of like we are, and he likes to make little items and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if he's ever going to make a shop or whatever, but if he does, we'll link him. So, but he sent this box. He said, you don't have to open it. Oh, look, I get to use the card. Guys, look at this little thing. Oh, little sucker.
It's thin. It's really light.
Is it sharp? Okay, let's see what's sharp. Let's see what's sharp. No.
We'll sharpen it.
It ain't that sharp, but it'll open a box. But it is super thin, guys. I mean, like paper thin. Look at that. Yeah. But hey, it's free and it was a gift. So I don't know what it is. He said, you don't have to open this on camera. It's just a little gift for you and Luke. That was the quote. I wonder what it is.
This may or may not make it to the final video.
It may. Well, it'll probably make it there.
I'm kidding.
Depending on what it is. I mean, if it's ticking and this is our last episode, you'll know what happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here, fold that up before I was gonna say cut myself, but it's really not that sharp. All right. So let's open this and see what we get. Oh my gosh. Guys, there's a lot in here. Look at this. There's a whole package of stuff, and it's all individually wrapped. All right, you know what? You're here with us, right? You're going to hang with us, so let's see what all this is. I could tell there are more 3D prints, and they are individually wrapped. Here, Luke, help me out with this. This is a lot. Okay. White and rose gold hood. White one. I can't read that one. Let's see what this is. So we're going to go through these real quick. Oh, that is for a standard. Man, he's got his lines dialed in.
What did you print this on? Did he tell you?
You know, he didn't. He didn't tell me at all. But it looks like that's...
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's not... But he does have his lines toned in pretty good, guys. Check it out. You can always tell when a 3D printer is on because you should not be able to see seams where it prints. You just shouldn't. If it's dialed in properly, you won't see that. This says wife and mother with... I think this is supposed to be a gift for Yuki and you? Take a look.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, if you guys don't know, by the way, the reason it's been a couple of weeks here since I got a video in is this one is having a baby in the next week or so.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, this is so...
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's the mother and child. That is... Oh, she's going to love that.
He's got this thing dialed in. He knows how to level up.
Yeah, he does. And you know something else that I can't see on there is a Z-seam. So he must be offsetting that Z-seam somewhere because that looks amazing.
That's good. Thank you
All right.
so much, man. Oh.
Yeah, let's see what else we got here. 2 T plus, I don't know. Here, you do that one. All right, I'm going to move this over to the side here, guys. I'm going to put all this up front. Don't worry. I promise, TC68 videos coming. If y'all want to fast forward, you can, but I think you want to hang and play. So let's see what we got here. All right.
Oh, it's a Phoenix. Look at that.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah, the Trans Am.
Dude, okay, guys. Trivia question for you. One of my favorite cars of all time is the 79 Trans Am. Always loved it. Yes, it was a Smokey and the Bandit reject when I was 9 years old. The movie came out. But I've had several of them. We just had to sell it. But that's what that really reminds me of. Okay, let's check this out. He printed a Cybertruck.
Okay,
check it out, guys.
We got to think of what to put in there.
You know, it's a shame you don't still have any of the old RC cars.
Oh, you're right.
We could mount that in there. All right, let's see. This says, this says JL. That's you.
That's me.
That's Jeff. That feels like a snake.
Feels like a snake.
Feels like a snake, because we do a lot of those for some of the shows. Let's see if it is. Yeah, he's a printer, man. Ooh.
Seriously. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Is it a snake or a caterpillar?
I can't.
Oh,
you know what this is? Is this from Dune?
I don't know what. No.
Is this a worm from Dune?
No, I don't think so, but I wouldn't want to get bit by it. Wow.
That's sick.
That thing's wicked looking. Now this says to Miss C. Reynolds. That means it's to your mom. Should we open it and let her open it?
We'll let her open it.
We'll let her open that one. I'll be bringing that home to the wife tonight. I'll let you guys know what it was. All right, this says John and wife. You can open a John and wife.
A John and wife.
A John and wife.
But I am not John.
Uh-oh. I think I know this form.
Oh, me too.
Anybody recognize the form? Yeah, let's see. Oh, where are all my Scullies? I took them. Oh man, I took them out for a shot. Oh man.
That's cute.
This is definitely a Scully. Let's see what it looks like. Hold on. Oh yeah. There is a Scully. That's a crazy. So he does not have a multicolored printer. You can always tell.
Yep.
You know how to tell? There's no fade in lines. Normally with a multicolor, you'll get a fade in line. Because as it's retracting one, it's feeding the next one, and you get a little bit of bleed over. It's a fade in line. So he had to manually stop and pause those layers to put that on there.
Change out the filter.
So that's actually awesome. Uh-oh, this says for baby. I'm assuming that has to be you.
I would hope so.
Has to be you.
Unless you got something to tell
Are
us.
you calling Luke baby? All right, just kidding. All right, there you go. All right, let's see what that is. And we got one more in here. Put the box over there.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That's actually a really clean print.
So
what the heck?
these are relatively new. They started doing the 3D prints of the crochets because people were crocheting the bears.
I don't even know if I can. How do you like?
Zoom in over here. You Stumpy.
Here, okay.
He's much more clear.
Yeah, that is incredible looking. I mean, the quality on this.
Yeah, so this guy's got some serious 3D chops, man. He really does. All right, let's crack this one open and see.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? All right, now, this says to John, oh, those are buttstocks. Those are buttstocks for, my guess is, these. Yep, see the drill hole?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's a buttstock for that. Pretty cool.
Is it TPU?
You know what? It is TPU.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, William, I'm gonna have to get with you on your TPU settings, dude. You've got that dialed in nicely. I've never been that lucky with TPU. So for those wondering, 3D printing, there's a lot of different varieties of stuff you can use. TPU is rubber. So people will literally use this stuff to print out like phone cases and stuff, but I have never been able to get it perfect. So I don't do a lot with TPU. So William, thank you, man. Listen, if you ever want to start your shop up, you want to sell these things, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to let people know where you're at. So pretty cool. Oh, wait, what's this?
What's in there?
I don't know. White one, a rose gold hood. Let's see what this is.
You know what? If it makes you feel better, my handwriting is not good either. So.
Oh, this is the little phoenixes.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
So sick.
Yep, little phenai. That says Trans Am. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, that's Trans Am.
Yeah, that's Trans Am all day long.
Fire chicken.
Fire chicken, thunder chicken. No, that's Thunderbird. Yeah. All right, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. You are gonna skip to the beginning of the next video. It's gonna come right in there right now. I am gonna go out and do my last firing test on this, and it will be at the end of that video. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. Here we go. Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less lethal self-defense. All right, I know this is gonna surprise you guys. I know it is, I know it is. Some people have called me animated on the show. Some people say even a little corny at times. Wait, I know. Hey, listen, I was as surprised as you. Some people even say I get far too excited about new launchers when they come out. Yes, I do. Let's go. Now, folks, one of the reasons I get very excited about this is because this industry is exploding right now. We are getting new introductions to different launchers. We're getting new people in the field. We're getting all kinds of awesome new products. And that brings me to what is sitting on this table. Now, I know something. As of right now, there are 5 of these in the United States. 4 of them are in the hands of law enforcement. Guess where the other one is? And you know why? Because you guys are worth it. That's why. Guys, this is the Umarex TC68. Finally, we get to see it in person and test it out on the channel. Now, admittedly, this one will not go on the wall. I'm sorry. This one will have to go back to Umarex when I'm done with this testing because they have to send it out to more law enforcement. But they will be available sometime around the end of August is what I'm being told. So let's crack it open and let's see what we got here. So guys, last night, by the way, if you're wondering, yes, it is actually Saturday morning at 5:30 in the morning that I'm shooting this video. I wanted to get this ready for you guys. I'm gonna be prepping it through this weekend, and my guess is it's probably gonna be out on, you'll see this actually live on Monday. Now, at the end of this video, I'm gonna do a little short that'll be the one you're probably gonna see on Saturday. So I'm sorry for that. I don't wanna tease you guys, but I wanna make sure the editing is perfect on this one because I've been waiting on this and so have you. So, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, well, we got a big, ooh, okay. Obviously not retail packaging, right? I told you guys, this is a really cool sneak peek we're getting here. QC sample, look, sample. So when Umarex does new products, I don't think there's anything else in that box, although he did say, might be in there, we'll take a look in a second. They did say they sent me out some of the core defense rounds in inert, and we need those to test on a bunch of launchers, you know that. So whenever Umarex tests a new product, they'll get these in from Europe in their European versions, and then they will test them here. And if they meet the standards and the power levels that we're looking for, then it will go back over to Europe with the approval, and then they'll start shipping them in. So we are at the last phases of that now. So honestly, guys, I don't know what we're gonna find in here, but we're gonna find out. That's fine. All right, cracking it open together. Guys, don't expect retail packaging, like I said. All right, guys, let's see. I'm so excited. All right, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Guys, oh my God, that thing is heavy. Look, if you can look at that and not honestly get excited, listen, check your blood pressure, man. Something's wrong. That's awesome. Okay, we've got to go through this one by one because apparently this thing it's large, guys. I mean large. We're going to find out. Let's take it out. Now, this looks to be, oh, I know exactly what that is, and so do you guys. That is an ASA adapter to go from the standard 88 gram all the way up to bottle fed. This is coming in all of them, of the TC68s. They told us this at SHOT Show. So you're going to be able to run 88 gram CO2 on this by default, but with one little attachment that is in the box, you can go straight up to HPA and not have to do anything else to it. So, all right, we got to check out the launch. Golly, guys, that is heavy. Listen, if any of you guys have ever had a TM4, this weighs more than the TM4, and the TM4 was a heavy, heavy launcher. It was their M443 caliber. God, look at the markings on this. This is gorgeous. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked there. Now, it appears that we come with a couple. That looks like a, oh, I know what that is. So, I learned about this recently. You know what, hold on, let's get to that in a minute. All right, mag fed. As you can see, it's a standard M4 mag. This might fit other M4 magazines, and we will probably try that in a future test, but it is one of the wind downs to load. My guess is 15 to 20, but we'll find out here in just a second for sure. You got your stock right here, and okay, they're including this. This is the two 12 gram quick pierce that you've seen on the HDX. So you can put in two 12 gram CO2 cartridges in here, pop it, then you've got two 12 grams in there instead of having to run the 88 gram on this thing. Guys, this is getting better and better, and this is all in the box, which means that out of the box, you can run CO2, two 12 grams, you can run an 88 gram CO2, you can run HPA, basically anything you want to run on this thing, right out of the box. So, I've been so excited about that. Now, that's where this comes in. Now, guys, if you look at this, this looks like a magazine, right? But you see how that's blocked? So if you put this magazine up in here and then you install this, this is a hopper feeder. So just to recap, any form of propulsion you want to use on this thing and the ability to hopper feed it out of the box. And everything is included in this box with it. Okay, I'm sorry guys, this is just too exciting. Now, I don't see, and I'm looking, a manual. Let me see if it made it into this box, because he mentioned something about a manual. Hang on, let me go in this box here, paper. I gotta save all this, guys. I can't just throw it because it's gotta go back to Umarex. Let's see what else we got down in this box here. All right, dump. Okay, well, there's some rounds. Here's something else. What is that? Okay, hold on. That is another stock. Okay, really? Really, guys? Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here before we ever even fire this and say this is the most complete kit I have ever seen out of a box, modular to the extreme. When we Scully score this thing, it's going to Scully score ridiculously high on modularity because it's all in the box. So this stock fits either the 212 gram, right, or the 88 gram CO2 cartridge. It's got the quick pierce butt on back here. So if you've got this one in there, you can do the quick bonk and pop it, okay? This is in case you decide to HPA it. So you install your adapter, you put this over your HPA tank, which I have one floating right about here, and then you're ready to go. That's what this is. So everything you need is in the box for this thing. I remember they told us that when we were at the at SHOT Show. He said, yes, everything you're going to need is in there, and I kind of took it with a grain of salt because, you know, what's everything, right? This is a bottle of the Core Defense. These are the rounds. Okay, just to kind of give you a little bit of a brief explanation of Core Defense. Basically what Umarex did is they were talking about, well, two things. Not getting a clean, effective break on some rounds when it comes to pepper rounds, because you want to break. No matter what happens when it hits, you want it to break. And not getting a clean dispersal, when it hits. So you don't want it to hit and all the powder go down. You want it to hit and the powder go everywhere. That's the concept. You want it to blanket a circular area and not just hit and fall, okay? That is what this solves. What Core Defense did is they took two halves of the pepper round. They put a steel ball in the dead center, supported on four little arms that come up from both sides. So when it hits, it forces it to break open evenly. No matter what angle it hits at, it's going to force it to break and spread in multiple directions. At least that's what we're told. Now, we are going to test these in a second and find out what they do, because I am super curious. They are very heavy, and we'll weigh those out here in a second too to see what they do. All right, I don't have a manual. So guys, we are flying by the seat of our pants here. Just saying. What I'll probably use, I've got a tank over here, but I don't think I have any pressure. So what I'll probably do, I'll check Luke's tanks. I'll see if he's got air pressure. If he does, we'll go HPA. If he doesn't, then we'll go 88 gram CO2, because I do have a couple of those over there from Umarex. So, all right, give me a second. Let me clean this up. I'm going to get this all loaded up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so as expected, Luke's tanks were empty. He has to fill them today because the airsoft field opens up here shortly. And the compressor, we still haven't done that video on, is sitting right there. I need to get that done. But we're going to go ahead and run the Umarex 88 gram CO2 cartridge on this launcher. Now, a couple things I did find out about this as I was just kind of looking over it. Number one, this appears to be the ASA cutoff right here, where you can actually engage and disengage the air. This is obviously safe. That is semi. And that appears to be rock and roll, or full auto. Please let that be full auto. Yeah, we're going to find out in a minute. We're going to find out. But semi-automatic, full auto. That is one of the few that is actually capable of doing that, like this. All right, magazine release is huge, guys. It's a humongous button, and it's ambidextrous on both sides. See that? Very large. You can hit it very easily. This is your port if you want to go into for the hopper feed. That's where you'll put this little attachment on, will fit right there, and then you can hopper feed the launcher. Now, I am excited. Now, I'm going to put this on off. We're going to do this together because honestly, I don't have a manual, so we're going through this, okay? So, 88 gram CO2, we're going to thread this in. Now, I am going to thread it until it punctures and see if it actually charges. Here we go. Quick change. So, the 88 gram CO2 cartridges that I had from Umarex are actually empty, and I don't want to run up to the field because I want to fire this thing. So, at this point, we do have other 88 gram CO2 cartridges that are threaded. These are compatible, so 88 gram. Now, I cannot wait to do this, so we're going to do it together. All right, here we go. All right, so we are on safety here. As you guys can see, if that is an ASA, like I think it actually is, when you push this through, guys, you can actually see the red. See the red right there? Okay, so right now that should be off. Like I said, we're doing this with no manual, guys, so I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and thread this in until it stops. Actually, you know what? The black looks pretty good on that anyway, doesn't it? I'm just saying. All right, thread it till it stops. Okay, we're punctured. Oh, I just heard it. We're punctured, but now we should have no fire. Let's test it. All right, we're on fire. Nice. That's exactly what that is then. as you can see, there is a charging indicator. So when we screwed that in, that little charging indicator popped up right there. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna put her back on safe. Let's go ahead and load up some rounds here. What do you think, core defense? I mean, we're gonna get joule ratings regardless. We're gonna know the weight of the rounds, so why not, right? These things will break and we'll see what they look like. Okay, so this is the Umarex core defense round, okay? Let's weigh this out and see what it weighs at. By the way, I'm gonna give you the weight on this launcher once we get the stock on it and everything, because I wanna see what it weighs with everything on. All right, and these are weighing in at, whoa. Okay guys, look, you wouldn't believe this, so I'm gonna try to get this up to Stumpy. I'm gonna turn Stumpy down here. We're gonna do this together, guys. I really want you to see this. All right, so weighing in a core defense round, 4.87 grams, almost 5 grams. You can hear that little ball in there. All right, so 5 grams on that one, 4.06, 4.0, 4.05. Is that just an anomaly? Let's let that center out again here. 4.06 and 4.86. One of them just heavy. That's just a heavy round. You know, one thing I noticed is you could hear this one kind of the ball move around a little bit. This one you can't, the heavier one, the 4.86. So let's call it, let's meet in the middle. We'll call it 4.5. Okay, we know that some of these are going to be heavier. So 4.5 gram on a pepper round. That's heavy. The only one that I think might weigh close to that might be that Grimberg Fireball, but I don't know because I don't have any. So when I get some of those in, we'll weigh those too. But all right, let's wind this thing down. Here we go. As you can see, the follower going down there. And you don't have to go crazy, guys. Just wind it till it stops. Man, that may hold more rounds than I thought. That's going to hold a lot of rounds. Okay, so we're stopped right there. Let's load them up. We're going to count them together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whoa, 16, 17. Looks like 17 is pretty close there, guys. Let me see if it'll take an 18. 18! 18 round magazine. It might even go a little more, but I don't want to twist that any more than that. But I like the concept of an 18 round magazine. I really, really do. All right, here's what we're going to do. I don't want to waste any time. I've got to know what this chrono's at. Let me go. You know what? Before we do that, hold on. Let's get ahead of ourselves here. Let's get this stock on. Oh, guys. Oh, wow. That feels awesome. That is exactly right. Oh my gosh. Man, I'm having flashbacks of basic training. This has some weight to it, guys. And you add in that magazine, well, let's find out. This weighs in, so this is with an 88 gram CO2 cartridge. So this is probably one of the heavier weighs it's gonna be. Maybe a little bit heavier with the, once you put on the HPA tank, but not much. Okay, so let me take this over to pounds. So we've got, okay, so the launcher, balancing it, and the magazine. So that's full load. 7 pounds, 5 ounces. It's got some weight. Sexy. 7 pounds, 5 ounces, fully loaded with everything, ready to go. That's awesome. It really is. All right, guys. So let me go out here to the field. Let's put a couple of rounds downrange, shall we? Here we go. So here we go, guys. As you can see, we're back on our range. By the way, you might notice that Luke is missing this morning. Little known fact, Luke is about to become a new father. He's got about 6 weeks left, give or take, maybe a little more, a little less. And his days of staying up till 3 a.m. gaming and coming in at noon are about to end. Yeah, and all you older guys out there, remind him. Yeah, just let him know what he's in store for. But all right, we've got our chrono set up down here. As you can see, we've got our same little plate set up down there. This is a good, I mean, this honestly, for this thing, I have a feeling it's going to be a high accuracy rifle, but we're going to find out. So we've got our rounds here. Let's go ahead and let's set it up and take our first shot, shall we? So you pressurize by pushing right here. Oh, hear that click? And we are ready to go. So we're gonna do it on semi here, guys. Sorry about that, guys, a little jump cut there. The battery died on me. So, all right, we're ready to start shooting now. As you can see, I added a few other things over here too. I went ahead and I filled up that tank. I know that on CO2 and HPA, you can get different results. So I wanna see what we get. So, okay, now this is the cool part, guys. Ready? Engage? Yes. And let's see what we're actually getting out of this thing right off the bat. 318, 328, 326, 370. Whoa, look, I got a broken round there, yeah. Yeah, so when they get up into that range, and I'm willing to bet, hang on a second here, let me look at that. That once you get up into that 3-ish 70 range, I don't want to lie to you guys, and I don't have my walking calculator here, so let's find out what that's actually hitting at. So if we're hitting at 370, we'll call it 4.5 grams. So on CO2, you're hitting 28.6. Hopefully that camera will not sync up with that phone. 28.6 joules on CO2, okay? Now, what I want to do is I'm going to run that CO2 out, and I want to try this. You know what, I'm going to change these rounds. I tell you, this thing might be shooting too hard. Well, we'll find out. So I'm going to empty out the CO2. You can do the push down thing here, guys, or you can just fire it out, which is way more fun. Put it on automatic. That's a lot of shots, guys. That's a lot of shots. All right, let me change this out to HPA. I'll be right back with you. Now guys, we're going to change this up a tad, okay? Originally I thought I was going to go ahead and test these with the core defense rounds, but I want to test this for kinetic power first, all right? And then I'll show you the core defense things because you're going to love those. But instead of using them for the first test, I'm going to actually use some of those Epic Defense Gladiator rounds, these things. They're like 9-gram rounds. They're solid, very solid. I think this guy's still giving some of these away on his website too, so if you want some, go get them for free. But I want to try those first because they're heavy and I want to see how this thing responds. And, well, you can tell the difference in the magazine, I can tell you that. And I don't know if this thing is designed to fire anything that heavy. Now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to, as you guys can see, I've got the ASA adapter already connected to the bottle. Now, that should eliminate one question that a lot of people ask. If you have got a bottle punctured with an ASA adapter, can you remove it without losing your pressure? There's your answer. Yes, you can. All right, so let's go ahead and take the launcher. Let's screw in the adapter here. And yeah, HPA is a lot different than CO2. See, we are on safety, okay? So, screwing it down, and it punctured, and there. So we're in now. Now, right now, if we put it on fire and fire, we should get nothing. Okay, the reason we're getting nothing is because even though we have pressure here, the regulator has it turned off. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our magazine. There's our magazine. Let's pop that in. There we go. Let's go ahead and let's charge this up, keeping it on safety. And let's get ready. Now I at least want one chrono reading, guys. I know these are black rounds in a dark environment. I'm gonna do my best. I have a Radar X chrono on order. So yeah, I'm about done with this, having to deal with trying to get this to work. So, all right. Oh, and by the way, you can use this stock on there, but I don't have that Allen key right there. So yeah, it just slides right over the top of the bottle. But yeah, okay, there we go. Let's see what we can actually get out of this thing. All right, putting her on fire. Cross your fingers, guys. Let's see what we get. Hopefully I can get something out of it. Error. All right, so we got a 261 at, let's see, a 261. I'm so used to having my calculator son here, hold on, at 9 grams, is what we're gonna call it. And that is, hold on a minute here, 28.5 joules. Now, here's the kicker. This isn't dialed up. Look here. If you look on the bottom of this launcher, we're gonna put it back on safety here, guys, all right? If you look on the bottom of this launcher, you've got this little panel right here, see that? Push that button right there, slide that back. That is a velocity adjustment. Now, admittedly, guys, I know what this is capable of doing. I've actually read the specs on this thing. It's capable of going up to 40 joules, but this is their demo unit, and I do not want to put any massive pressure on it since I'm already firing heavy rounds through it as it is. So, we know that it's going to fire anywhere on CO2, probably low 20s, mid 20s, high 20s, 28 give or take, on an 88 gram. And then on HPA, you're going to get all the way up into, right into the 40s, which is what you're looking for, right? Also remember that this bottle is regulated. So this is regulated down to 800 PSI. If this was a straight shot 1100, we'd be talking a different game right now. But that ain't what I want to do now. No. What I want to do now, because we know what this is, we've all read the spec sheets on it, right? And we also know that it's full auto. Yeah. Let's see if we can hit the pan down there. All right, going to rock and roll mode. Glassies, here we go. Guys, everyone hit the pan, everyone. There are no sights on this thing. We got Picatinny rails on the top and M-locks on the side, and I hit it open sight, just looking down the barrel. Oh yeah, you know what, hold on a minute. Remember I told you guys something about the, put it back on safety, about the core defense rounds and what they were doing? I want to show you something before we put the CO2 in here. So I'm going to put a couple in here. I'm going to try to intentionally miss, all right, and I'll show you why. If you hit a target, let's just say a flat target. Okay, I got 3 in there right now. I don't want to go too crazy with this. All right, I'm going to move the camera here because I accidentally did this a minute ago and I think you guys will find it intriguing. All right, you see this piece of cover right here? All right, I hit this piece of cover, and you see where I hit it, right? I hit it right, I'm gonna see if I can focus you guys in, bear with me. Okay, right there. See where I hit it right here? But what was intriguing about it is what the cloud did, all right? So what I wanna do is I'm gonna tilt this back up a tiny bit, and I'm gonna see if I can repeat that shot, because this was quite interesting. All right. Now I'm all the way back here again, guys, so this shot's I may miss the first one, please bear with me. Here we go. Look where the cloud went. You see it lingering? I'm just gonna wait a second. Just let that sit there for a minute. Do you see the cloud? Do you see this cloud? Hello? Do you see this cloud? It's still lingering. This is what we want in a pepper round. You do not want it to go hit and fall. This cloud is what you want. It's still here. That's it's not the same talc. Or actually I think it may be talc. It's not baby powder. This is what you want. You want a cloud that goes up and stays there. Now, next question. I got an idea. Hang on a second. Told you you'd see me again in this video. Now guys, one thing I wanted to check, you know, we were talking about, if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, we had a Marine friend of Luke's come in here and do a scenario about clearing your house. It occurred to me, in most houses, unless you are considerably richer than I am, you're not gonna have much more than about 30 feet, give or take, to actually hit a target multiple times. Now, in a home defense scenario, guys, using pepper rounds, it's catchy. Because remember, you're not only affecting your target, you're affecting your family. So if you fire one of these things, and heaven forbid it's close to, say, an air conditioning bunk or vent, it's getting all pulled up in the AC and cycled through the house. So, kinetic rounds. So you guys have seen us fire several different rounds through this thing so far. So I figured we'd give the smallest ones a chance. These are the 3.6 gram burner rounds, all right? So this is their kinetic round. Now what I want to do is, as you can see, we've got Scully set up about 30 feet away down there in that box. And guys, I am not even sure if you can see him. I'm going to move it over. Luke, go down there and point at Scully. Okay. So everybody can see that he's actually there. Now I do have Stumpy running on that end, so we'll be cutting kind of a halfway into it. Here goes Luke. Dun 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 dun. Scully is right there. Guys, keep in mind, I will be firing this open sight, so I'm looking right down the rail. And I promise I won't even shoot Luke. Yeah, Still not a firearm there, YouTube. All right, just so people do know, controlled environment, glasses on, clear in the background over there with a catch box. I'm kind of curious. Now, we're going to just try, first of all, a couple of single shots, all right? So we're going to put it on single, aiming down the rail. Let's see where we are at currently. Dead on. Guys, that is me aiming down the rail. All right, so you know what? Let's try down the rail. I think I got him.
Hey, some of them came back. Reload.
Yeah, actually, I'm not even sure I'm out. Hold on here. Let's look here, guys. So I'm going to show you we are currently on safety, okay? And what I want to do, I'm going to drop this mag. Now, I know for sure that this thing, if you have rounds here, it will actually drop them out. So let's see if we actually fired out. 1 round left.
Yeah, 1.
1 round. So we fired a total of, what was it, 18? What's it hold totally? Yeah, and guys, it did not have a single misfire. So that confirms our theory on the old magazine. New magazine, fired without any hassle at all. Did we get Scully in the face?
A few times.
Oh, we dismantled poor Scully's head.
We already had the forehead shot there, but everything else.
Look at this. I mean, I was literally, guys, I was beaning straight in the middle there. Was there any damage to the box that you could see?
Oh, man, good question.
Because I'm curious to know if it went out the back. It seemed to me, Luke, every one of those shots was dead on. And I'm aiming down the rail, which was pretty impressive.
No, it caught it all.
It caught them all. The fact that it caught them all, you do realize means that all of them hit Scully, every shot. Because I think it'd go through that foam.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty crazy, right? All right, guys, so now let's go back in the office and we'll switch back to the other John and he can wrap it up for you. Here we go. Now, guys, after the testing, I discovered a couple more things. Man, I wish I had a manual. That would have been awesome, but I don't. So one thing I discovered about this is the thing is fully modular. In other words, the barrel is changeable. Now, this is a smoothbore 685, but if you look at the magazine a little closer, I noticed it's shaped. If you look at the portal in there, or excuse me, the breech, it's shaped. This will fire shaped ammo, which means if it'll fire shaped ammo, you can put a threaded barrel on this thing for incredible accuracy, kind of like our boys over there at Paradigm. That is a very, very cool option. So it's like every time I look at this, it does something else. You're gonna have to excuse some filming on this. I had to kind of bit and parse some of this stuff out. I discovered a couple of things. Number one, on full auto, they do not like pepper rounds because the breech it's a breech forward. So in other words, the breech comes all the way up and hits the round. When it does that, it tends to smash the round. Yeah, then it makes a mess. And you guys probably noticed when we were doing the full auto fire that every now and then it would break around when it would fire it out there. You still got the cloud, but it would break around. That has more to do with the rounds than the launcher. And I think that if we were using like the shaped VXR ammo, we may not have had that problem. So, but yeah, that's a non sequitur. I wanted to let you guys know about. So for pepper rounds, I don't know if they're designed specifically for them. They can use them. You saw the cloud, and by the way, the only reason I did that had nothing to do with this launcher. It had to do to show that cloud that hung in the air, and you saw how long that cloud stayed there. Well, if you've got targets that are moving, or you've got a target out in the area, if you hit the ground above them and that cloud goes up, it stays there. And that's a test at some point I'd love to conduct as well. You know, do you have to be a good shot? Do you have to hit center mass? Personally, I don't think so. By the way, guys, if it looks like it's hot in here, this is Texas, and my little tiny air conditioner ain't keeping up. Yeah, just saying, just saying. All right, guys, so I love this launcher. Now, we're gonna do a second video on this tomorrow night, Sunday, which will probably drop on Tuesday or Wednesday, okay? Because we're going to revisit this and try a few more things with it and Scully score it. Yeah, modularity, dude, there's nothing like this. I mean, every single part you could ever want for every adapter is already in the box. So, and you saw CO2, HPA, whatever you want to do. It works that easy. So, guys, have a fantastic weekend. I will be out of town next week until Friday, but I've got to get that generator video done, or that compressor video done, so we'll get it done for you. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.